Hey gays and gals, I'm Chris, aka ChristopherJMUA, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be unboxing and testing out this month's Boxycharm. So if you'd like to see what's inside and what look I create, then stay exactly where you are because we're getting into it right now. I apologize in advance if you guys hear what sounds like children playing in the background. I bought an adapter to convert my old VHS tape home videos into digital format, and they have to play in the background so I can hear when they stop, so I can stop recording. So that's why you might hear children in the background. There aren't actually children here, it's just a baby version of me on the TV. Anyway, in case you don't know what Boxycharm is a beauty subscription service, of which there are three options. You have the Boxycharm base box, which is this one. This is the one that Boxycharm sent me to review for you guys. Then there's also Boxycharm Premium, which is the second step up, and then Boxy Luxe, which is the biggest, bestest bang for your buck Boxycharm, and that one only comes out every 3 months. I miss getting Boxy Luxe. Maybe I should resubscribe to that. I mean, it's only $200 a year. It's not really too bad. Plus, it might make our unboxings a little more interesting because the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 Boxycharms or beauty subscription boxes in general just haven't had enough makeup to really make a full face of makeup. I'm sure that just with a couple of items, I could still make a face of makeup, but it wouldn't even be using the stuff in the box. It would just be using all my own makeup and then adding on like an eyeliner as an example. So I hate to waste all the time and energy to make a video using products that don't even pertain to the video. So that's why I just skip it if there aren't enough products to create a look rather than creating something. But without further ado, let's get unboxing. Now, if you've never hung out with us over here on this channel to unbox beauty boxes, we like to do a mystery box style. So we're just gonna take the box, open it, sit it to the side. I'm not gonna peek, I'm not gonna look. I haven't looked at any emails, I haven't looked at any Twitter spoilers, no Instagram posts, tagging Boxycharm. I've skipped it all. And the theme for this month is refresh. And by God, do I need it. We need a refresh after 2020 and 2021. So hopefully all the products will fit that theme and we can actually feel refreshed afterwards. So let's see what the first thing in the top of the box is. Nikita, or Dragon Beauty Lip Job Liner and Lip Pencil Sharpener. This is in the shade 2.0 cc or 2 cc's, like filler. Get it? 2 cc's of filler. Oh, and it's a lip product and the shade is 2 cc. Okay, I got it. If that was actually an intended pun, I like it. If it's not and that's just 2.0 cool rather than cc's, then it's not funny and cute anymore. Okay, so here's the lip pencil. That packaging is really neat. Can you see kind of that crosshatch pattern that's printed into it? I just think that's cool looking, and it almost feels like I can grip it better because it has a texture on the outside of it. That's strange. That's something I never would have really thought about. I also like that it is very long. There's no way that this is gonna fit in my lip pencil drawer straight in. I'm gonna have to flip it horizontally instead if I'm gonna get it to fit. So that means there's probably a lot of product in here. It's 1.40 grams. And just as an example, the Buxom Plump Line Lip Liner is 2.1 grams. What? Maybe that wasn't a good example because this is a really thick pencil. Okay, here we go. Wayne Goss. It's about the same size. This one is 1.14 grams. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So 1.40 Dragon Beauty and then 1.14 grams on Wayne Goss. That's actually a lot of product. And then they said there's a pencil sharpener. So let's see if we can find that in here. I'm guessing, yeah, it's on the other side. Please be a dual side. Oh, it's only one side. That's okay though. I just really like the pencil sharpeners that have the 2 sides to it. One for the skinny pencils, one for the jumbo pencils, because I got a bunch of jumbo pencils that I need to always sharpen. But that's okay, I'll just keep using my kitchen knife. This pencil feels so creamy. It didn't even tug, but the shade is a very pretty neutral kind of shade. Now let's see what Boxycharm has to say about the Lip Job Liner. Dragon Beauty Lip Job Liner and Sharpener. Contour, reshape, and create your ultimate lip fantasy with this XX extra long lip pencil. Ultra moisturizing and hydrating, this formula serves fuller lips needle-free. Keep your lip job liners on point with the single blade Dragon Beauty logo sharpener. MSRP $18. Not bad for a little bundle like that. I mean, a sharpener and a lip pencil for 18 bucks, that's pretty good. Now we've got something from Pure. It's the fully charged mascara powered by magnetic technology in the shade black. look. And you guys know already, I gotta see the wand. Packaging's kind of cute. I want to take it and put a magnet to it and see if it sticks because it's fully charged. Okay, so wand looks like, oh, okay, so it's a straight wand. It's got the really long bristles on one side and then the really short bristles on the other side, so you can get detailed with one and lengthening with the other. The straight wands are okay, but I definitely prefer the bendy ones. I'm just not a fan of straight, you know? Probably just me. Pure fully charged mascara powered by magnetic technology. The fully charged mascara is powered by a revolutionary magnetic polymer matrix that wraps and positively charged elastic veil around each lash to instantly lift, separate, and define for unparalleled performance. Fortified with a specialized blend of ingredients such as nourishing vitamin B, this mascara helps condition and strengthen eyelashes to help prevent premature lash loss. MSRP $22. Pretty average for Pure Cosmetics, really for all prestige pricing. And I really like that they have conditioning agents in it. What is happening with my hair? It's doing just its own thing today. I'm not in control. I have no power over this. What else is in the box? Earth Harbor Nymph Nectar Superfruit Radiance Balm with seafood and super berries. I bet this is gonna smell so good. Oh, I hope it smells so good. If it's got berries in it, it smells like, do you guys remember that bubble gum that had zebra print on it? I think it also had like comics or something inside, and you could take the gum and stick it on your tongue and peel it off and the zebra print would stick to your tongue. This smells exactly like that, and I'm kind of living for it. Not only does it give me the nostalgia, but it also just smells really good. It says it's a radiance balm, and that made me think that it was gonna be something that you put on before makeup, but it has a bunch of little grains in it, so I'm thinking it's gonna be more like a scrub balm, like a makeup removing balm or something. Oh, but it just smells so good. I just want to eat it. Can I use it as a lip scrub? Before I start using it all over my face, let me read all about it. It says, Earth Harbor Naturals Nymph Nectar Superfruit Radiance Balm. As sea fruits and tropical super berries playfully melt across your face with this balm, they insert a lively abundance of vitamins C, A, E, and K, omegas, amino acids, and numerous other bioactives necessary for achieving your best, bounciest, dewiest skin yet. MSRP $38. You know, if it can do what it's claiming it can do, I would gladly pay that price for it. Seems a little pricey just off the top, not knowing any more about it, but I am so willing to give it a shot. You guys know how I feel about sweet smells. I just can't help it. Now moving right along, I think we've got some kind of palette next. Wander Beauty Wandress Escape palette. It's funny because I know I've gotten many Wandress items from Wander Beauty. I didn't realize that that was kind of like a theme though, but it seems like it is, considering this says Wandress but Escape. And it is an eyeshadow palette. Looks like it's gonna be kind of Caribbean-y, if that makes any kind of sense. Like neutral yellow, baby blue, kind of tealy color. That's what it looks like to me. The photo on the palette makes it look so nice. I mean, to me, that looks like a vacation on the palette. And she looks like this. Okay, yeah, it is a very neutral palette. Looks like you can get a little bit warm with it if you want to. And it definitely has that blue. So it doesn't look like a super special color story per se, but it does look like a nice color story. And I know I like Wander Beauty, so hopefully it will live up to its name. Wander Beauty Wandress Escape Eyeshadow Palette, featuring hyaluronic acid to help skin retain moisture and rosehip seed oil to help smooth out dry skin. This palette includes a mix of neutral and bold colors with shimmer, satin, and matte finishes that are crease-proof for all-day wear. MSRP $42. Doesn't that seem kind of steep? $42 for 10 shades? $4.20 a shade, right? If that's wrong, correct me down there. I think that's right though. I mean, I guess that's not too terrible considering there are some brands that charge $12 per pan for eyeshadow. So it's definitely not that bad, but that still seems kind of high. Anyway, moving on. The last box in the box is from Aesthetica? I've never heard of that brand, I don't think. And it is a Contour Series Cream. So a cream contour palette. There are also step-by-step instructions included inside. That's pretty cool. So if you have any problems with contouring or you just want to get some tips and tricks, this palette will have that. palette. The shades printed on the back make it look like it's a pretty deep palette. Let's see how deep it actually is. I hope there's a contour shade for me. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. That's very reminiscent of a cream contour palette I've got currently. Just for comparison, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills cream contour palette, and it's kind of set up the same way. The pans are definitely smaller. Whoa, where are you focusing? Okay, the pans are definitely smaller in the Aesthetica palette, and they are definitely not the same. Just first glance, they looked very, very close. They are kind of close with the two shades up here. But really, I mean, I think this shade and this shade look kind of similar, but this goes a lot deeper than what this shade is. I mean, maybe, I don't know if that's the case or not. And I love the fact that it has removable pans, so if you like using just your favorite shade out of this palette, you don't have to feel bad about it because you can just replace the one and not even worry about wasting the other shades. Oh, and they do have the instructions. It's actually the protector sheet in the palette. So every time I open this palette, I'll get to see this beautiful face staring back at me. Okay. Let's see. Aesthetica Cream Contour Kit. This kit contains 6 blendable silky creams that are designed to accentuate, define, and highlight your face. 3 contour shades for sculpting and 3 highlight creams to enhance your favorite features. This kit includes removable and refillable pans packaged in a travel-friendly mirrored palette, specifically formulated for fair to dark skin tones. And that is for sure the last product inside the box. And guess what, guys? Guess what? Guess what? We have enough products to create a look. Thank you. Thank you, Boxy Gods. Thank you. And since I'm gonna start with the eyes first, I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera, prime them, and come back and we'll jump into the Wander Beauty Wandress Escape Palette. Eyes are primed, now let's escapade. I think to start, I'm gonna use the Morpheum 513 brush and go into the shade Enchanted. It's a beautiful, like, mauve-y, pinky brown. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill that in the outer portion of the crease. In all honesty, this palette doesn't have the most extreme range. I mean, you're not gonna get super bright looks, super vampy looks. They're not gonna be all too dramatic, but I will say it looks like it does have the ability to go from daytime to nighttime. You know, you kind of have some of those tones that are a little bit lighter, something that can be sort of a wash of color without being very dramatic, and then you've got one shade that's pretty dark. But I think if you've got any deeper than medium skin, you're probably not gonna get a lot of drama out of it. It's probably just gonna come close to matching your skin tone. So I would say this is probably a palette meant for more like soft, wearable, neutral shades every day. This is something for you. That's just not me every day. You know, I like to branch out. I like my color. I like having fun with color. I like random shapes that I don't stick with all the time. Because most of you know at this point, I pretty much stick with the same general eye looks. I just want to create something that you guys can create. You know what I mean? Now for the inner half. I'm gonna use the Morphe X Coca-Cola brush and the Nude Beach shade, and it's gonna just lighten things up a little bit in the inner corner, and it should make it where I can use the Sun-Kissed shade to blend the inner corner and the top of the mauve kind of shade. I don't really know what color to call this that's on here right now. I guess mauve. It's sort of mauve, right? That's what I'd say. This Nude Beach shade is almost the exact same shade as my skin tone. I kept building it up and building it up, and I was like, where is it going? It's not showing up anywhere. Turns out it just blends in so well you can't even see it. But I actually really like this. I think it's just deep enough to give me a little bit of dimension without changing everything way too much. Nude Beach, Daydream, and Moonlit would make the perfect just 1-2 kind of look. That's just perfection. That looks so pretty with those 3 shades beside each other. Oh wait, but we can't forget our blue. That's even a fun look. Now I'm gonna deepen things just a little bit with using the Morphe H3 brush. It's a really wide brush, but it's very fluffy, so it should blend just in the crease, hopefully. And I'm gonna use the shade Overnight with that one. And see, if you wanted to use this palette as like a daytime palette and then switch it to nighttime if you have like an event or a party while you wear your mask, or any need you would have to make it a nighttime look, you could literally just keep these 2 shades on it first for the daytime, and then whenever it comes to nighttime, grab you a wide fluffy brush, grab some Overnight, and just plop it in the crease, and you've pretty much made a daytime look a nighttime look. And you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. Okay, it's just a little bit, but you can see how intense the dark brown is and how much more dramatic it makes it. And I already started blowing it out too big because I wasn't paying attention, and I just kind of started going. And I'm not taking this all the way in. I'm gonna use that little Morphe X Coca-Cola brush to pull the remainder of it in. That way it mixes with the inner corner shade as I pull it forward, rather than just being really dark all the way forward. I'd like to go ahead and pull a little more of the yellow nudie kind of tone from the inner corner out onto the brow bone. So I'm gonna take the Sun-Kissed shade now and the Morphe M514 brush and just blend the inner corner into the outer brow bone edge, if you wanna call it that, I don't know. So like this. I'm gonna start it up here and just start applying and pulling out this way. And I'm going all the way up to the brow bone. I'm not being biased at all. All the upper parts of my eye can have it. Does it look like an island escape? Because I think it does so far, even without the blue added yet. I believe I'm now done with all of the matte shades, so you guys know what that means. Na 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 shimmer time. And of course, I'm gonna go in with the shade Sea Glass. I'm gonna use this Morphe M166 brush and hopefully it'll pick it up. It is more of a pointed flat brush, but the bristles that aren't coming to the point are kind of pointy and pokey, so I'm hoping it'll break up the shadow enough to let me get into it. Maybe it did, or that's just the base tone. We'll see. Please don't just be the base tone. Show up in all your glory. So satisfying. And for today's look, since I'm really enjoying the extreme difference between the brightness here and the darkness here, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull that darkness all the way to where the blue starts halfway through the lid. I think it'll just help with the drama of it all. Okay, now with it built up, I'm gonna get rid of that really awkward straight line right down the middle and just apply a little bit more of the blue and work on patting over that solid line. See if I can blend it a little bit better. Oh yeah, that made a much happier little eyeshadow. I think it's time to spruce things up a bit now that I've got blue all over the lid. So let's add a brow bone highlight. Using the Morphe M124 brush and the shade Moonlit right here, I'm gonna go ahead and fill that sucker in. We're gonna see what she looks like as a brow bone. It's kind of your typical shiny champagne shade, so it should go with just about anything. And it should go right over this matte shade with no problems, hopefully. Oh, and it does indeed go over with no problems. Melts right into that matte shade underneath it, and it's the perfect brow bone highlight. Wow, that blended into that matte shade beautifully. There's not even a line there, and I didn't even have to go in with the fluffy brush again and blend out the edge. I love it when things work the way I want them to. It's so few and far between when that happens. I just gotta roll with whatever the makeup decides it's gonna do, most of the time. Now that I'm living my best wondrous escape fantasy, it's time to go off camera, clean up the under eyes for the little bit of fallout that I do have, and go ahead and throw some foundation and concealer on so we can come back and use the Aesthetica Cream Contour Palette. Aesthetica Contour, get into it! Now I was thinking about following the little picture thing, me like a dat, that's my face now, but I just don't know if I want to contour and highlight like she does. So I'm gonna use my Sigma E61 angled cream contour brush, and you know what, I'm gonna take just the tiniest bit of this first shade just to see how much darker than me it is. I'm probably gonna have to go in with the middle one, but let's just see how impactful this one is. Okay, time to see if it blends. Really hope it does, so I don't run into any problems. And hopefully it doesn't dry too fast either. That's not drying fast at all. And it's blending in so well. That's very natural looking. You can't really even tell that I'm wearing anything. It's just giving me the definition and kind of the bronziness on the perimeter of my face, but it's not bad at all. It actually looks really pretty and really natural. That's the perfect bronzer for my skin tone. I mean, look at it. Now, just for the sake of trying it, I'm gonna go ahead and use a little bit of the middle shade, and I'm just going to apply that on the lowest and furthest back points of my contour, or bronzer. So like right here, just a little bit, and here, just a little bit. When it comes to cream contouring, I would say Aesthetica has it figured out. But let's see if they've also got it figured out for highlighting. Now, I'm not a fan of pink highlighting or yellow highlighting all under the eye if it's just primarily that. So I'm gonna take some of the pink, or peach, sorry, and the yellow combined and just kind of bounce in between both of them and apply the mixture under my eyes, forehead, nose, reverse contouring, you know, the places. I remember the last cream highlighter I used was a very dry formula and it took the sponge to get it to really blend in, and it was also very overpriced, but it worked really well. But this one is $40 for 6 shades, so the price is heavenly, and so far the product is as well. Yep, again, blended like a dream, just like the contour and bronzer shade. Now, because it's a very creamy formula, it left behind sort of this, I don't want to say it's like an oily residue, it just made it more dewy than what my foundation actually was already. So I am gonna use the sponge to blend it in because of that, but it doesn't look like it's not blended. It's just a different texture than the foundation. So I gotta give it points for that. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face, everything except for lips for the lip liner and eyelashes for the mascara. I'm not gonna wear any actual lashes today. I'm just gonna stick with the mascara so we can really see what it looks like. So give me just a few minutes to get the rest of my face done and I'll be right back. Let's finish off this lower lash line. I'm gonna use the same combination of shades I used in the crease previously. So I'm gonna take the Morphe H3 brush again, but instead of using the side that I actually used to blend everything, I'm gonna flip it over and use the skinny side so the dark color doesn't get way too far down. And I'm gonna use the same Morphe M514 that I used in the shade Sunkissed and blend out Overnight with Sunkissed. Honestly, because of how creamy and buildable these shades are, I could really just use this shade and continue smoking it out with a clean brush and it would probably be just as pretty. I just really like how the blue and the yellow beside each other make both shades look more intense. So I'm kind of playing with that and using it to my advantage. Okay, Overnight is on, but let's see what it looks like blended out with Sunkissed. Oh wow, that changed everything. I mean, in like an amazing way, but it kind of changed everything. Ooh, wow, that is so nice. Now let's get some mascara on these lashes. They're feeling left out, they're feeling alone and abandoned, they need some love. Lashes are curled, so I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in so you can see everything in true detail. Oh no, I forgot to blend out my really hard lines on the inner corner. Let me fix that. Okay, that's fixed. Now mascara time. Oh, I'm so glad this has a straight wand. Again, not my favorite, but it sure is nice to get lengthening and detail work done. How's that? Is that good? Oh, wow. All right, so we know that the mascara is amazing for the upper lashes. Now we gotta see if it's okay for the lower lashes too. Lashes are done, and they're pretty flawless, if I can say so myself. Now let's jump into lips. I'm so excited I get to have a lip job right now. Well, while it's sharp, it makes a very clean line. Goes on really smooth, didn't have any skipping or jumping. This is a really interesting brown. It's almost like a yellow brown? I can't quite tell. It's just a different brown. You know, going into this, I really thought because this was such a long, massive pencil, I was gonna have a lot of trouble putting it on, but I think the extended length made it easier. I felt like I had more control during the entire application than I usually do when I'm lining my lips. And that's pretty cool. I would have never thought about the length of my pencil changing things that much. Now I'm gonna pop off camera, throw on my Live Glam lipstick in the shade, oh, Martha! And I'll be right back to give my final thoughts on this month's Boxycharm. See you in just a second. The look is now complete, except it's not, because I still want to add one more shade. So I'm gonna take this 431 Morphe brush, and this is gonna be for an inner corner highlight, and I was really debating on using one of the random shimmer shades that I hadn't used yet, like one of these really bright ones, but I think Moonlit is just the way for me to go. I just really like that shade. Oh, P.S. I also use that as my highlighter shade on top of this Midnight Rose LA Splash highlighter. So it was really bright and intense at first, and I had to blend it in a little bit and then add some of Moonlit on top of it because it was It was crazy, okay? Especially by this blue and that being like a raspberry bright rose. It was like, kind of like that. Okay, really, I'm done now. So this is the entire look using the January Boxycharm. What do you guys think? I definitely think the look came out quite beautiful. It's a really good combo of products to make a beautiful look. I mean, the palette itself is kind of a fail-safe for the box because these shades can pretty much all be used together to make any kind of look, and I really don't think it could go wrong. So formula and performance and the way everything worked and looked, definitely love the palette. However, I wouldn't pay the retail value for it. It's just not the kind of palette and shades and color story that I like to buy. I could probably find this color story in half of my palettes, and most of them are probably cheaper than this. But that's what I love about Boxycharm and beauty subscription boxes in general. It gives you the opportunity to try stuff like this that may be overpriced in your opinion or my opinion without having to pay the full retail value. And this Aesthetica contour palette, this did so well. I mean, that first shade, you saw how easily it blended out and how it just kind of melted into the skin, but still gave me definition to the skin. That was amazing. It didn't add any texture or anything. Now the highlighting shades, they looked a little oily once they got built up, which I did use a lot. You guys know that I'm the king of lack of moderation. Even Mark knows I'm really bad at moderation. But once it was blended with the sponge and set, it looked like the rest of my makeup, looked like the rest of my skin. Oh, I never set my face with setting spray. Oh well, it still looks great anyway. But point being that the formula is just really nice. Price tag, not as nice, because 40 bucks is kind of steep, but I would pay that for this because it works well. It's something I could use every single day and be happy with the results every single day. Honestly, that's something I could use without even any other makeup because it's a cream and it's a light cream that's really close to my skin tone, so I can put it on no makeup days and add a little bit more definition to my face without even having to worry about going and taking all of the time to create a full face of makeup. This Dragon Beauty Duo, it's a hit in my book. 18 bucks for the sharpener and the pencil isn't really a horrible price for me, and the way this pencil worked and performed and the length of it changing the way I applied my lip liner, that was amazing and I didn't expect that, so I really like it. Then this Pure Fully Charged mascara, I wish I had like a big robust magnet with me so I could just put it by my eye to see if my lashes would try to reach for it, because I want to know if they are magnetized. Just cuz. But this definitely did great things to my lashes. It made them look longer, more separated, and my favorite thing about it is that it's a clean mascara application. You know how there are different formulas for mascaras, different wands, they all do different things, little tweaks and quirks that make them special and their own. But with this one, it's kind of doing for me what the Benefit Roller Lash does for me, as well as the Christian Louboutin Le Noir mascara. They both give some light separation to the lashes where you can still see that you have individual lashes, but it coats them nicely and extends them out to make them look really natural. And mascaras like that, especially with looks like this, they just do something magical for me. And the Nymph Nectar I haven't tried yet, so I can't really speak about it. Anyway guys, that's it for me for this video. What did you think about the January Boxycharm? Did it live up to your expectations? Now it was just the base box, keep that in mind. It wasn't the premium or the Boxy Deluxe. So based on the fact that you know that, what would you say about this month's curated products? Let me know down in the comments. Let's talk about it. You guys know that I'm always hanging out down there with you, just chilling. If you like videos like this, like you like unboxings, you like try-ons, you like reviews, if you like makeup just in general, we'd love to have you subscribe and just hang out for a while, you know? YouTube sucks at recommending videos. I feel like my videos get pushed out less and less every day. So if you had it in your heart to want to hit the subscribe button, it would mean the world to me, and it might even help me out a little bit. Also, if you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing out of this video, if you gain nothing out of any of my videos, then please at least gain this. And that is to always remember and never forget that you are absolutely beautiful. And I love you guys. Bye.